Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
Recognizing our president, and it's coming at a time when our people in the sub-region are being harassed. So I think that President Bola Tinubu will use his good office as chairman of ECOWAS to address these issues. Only a few days ago, I read in the social media that Seychelles are banning Nigerian passport. Seychelles, Republic of Seychelles, are banning Nigerian passport not to come into their country again. And these are the issues. Nigeria have played this role in international politics. I hope and I wish, with this honor given to President Tinubu now, that he will use it to identify with other heads of state and address the issue affecting Nigerians in other countries. This is not going to only stop in this. We are still expecting that before, Nigeria plays a leading role in Africa. But Nigerians have been going behind in playing international politics. And international politics means respect for our citizens, means respect for our passport, means also respect to dignity of labor of Nigerian people working in other countries. So I congratulate President Tinubu on this occasion, but urge him to go further. We're expecting that very soon he will be chairman of AU, so that we can use that position to address the issue of Nigerians living in other countries. Thank you, Mr. President, for this honor.
What that means is that that country has shot Nigerians out of their nation. If that is happening, there is what we call reciprocity, because this is a country of over 240 million people, and the entire world knows that this is a destination for consumption. So we can also reciprocate. As soon as we have a committee on foreign affairs, we must revisit that issue that you have just raised. But even though it comes from social media, it's not everything on social media we can believe. Just like when we read some newspapers, and sometimes not everything that they publish that we believe, because of the fact that they tend to misrepresent the Senate most of the time. Distinguished Senator Sani Musa.
Thank you very loud. Mr. President, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his acceptance speech said, Nigeria is back. And that is very important. With what ECOWAS have done to him and to our country, Nigeria, because he represents, as Senator Adero said, he is the symbol of our sovereignty. So what they have done to us is that they have lifted us from the lower level we were going back to our position within the ECOWAS sub-region. And as His Excellency suggested that we are looking forward to him becoming the AU chairman, I believe that the international community will look at that. And I'm very happy with his comments where he mentioned EU, Britain, and America, that Nigeria is back. So we will also try as much as possible as Nigerians to do the right thing in giving him the right support to be able to chair that ECOWAS leadership, so that the leadership we used to have as the strongest in Africa will be back to us. That is my little contribution, Excellency.
Colleagues, my name is Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent the very good people of Yobe North. Well, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we have a cause to celebrate that our president has been made the leader of ECOWAS. Mr. President, one way that this Senate and indeed the National Assembly will help Mr. President lead the ECOWAS is through ECOWAS Parliament. We have the Parliament, and I'm sure you will soon reconstitute the membership of the Parliament. Issues that are germane to us, and indeed across the ECOWAS community, must be at the front banner. And for us, security, infrastructural development, and these are some of the issues that Mr. President himself has championed before and has promised to champion. With these few remarks, I will take the opportunity to congratulate Mr. President, even though I did before, as soon as he was made the leader of ECOWAS. But I want to also add here, before I sit down, Mr. President, this is a Senate that we have to make as efficient and effective as possible to support the executive arm of government. Because it's like let Abiola said, you cannot clap with one hand. We have to clap with two hands. The executive arm of government, populated fully and comprehensively by former senators, and in fact, and even as-well Speaker of the House, the last person that took the seat of the Speaker, Senator distinguished Right Honorable Femi Bajaba-Miller. And therefore, we would have little or no encumbrances and hurdles understanding ourselves as we think our sensibilities and our sentiments, so they should think. Their sensibilities and their sentiments will be like ours. And therefore, there should be no hold back for the development of our country going forward. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the opportunity.
And all the comments that have been made, I want to particularly add to the statement by distinguished Senator Musa, who spoke about the president's statement about Nigeria is back. For me, sir, being elected as president is wonderful, but we also know that these are more of, they rotate from time to time. What I found exciting and worth commending is not the fact of his election. It is the boldness with which he spoke, the confidence with which he spoke, and denounced the idea of one after the other coup plotters infiltrated to the sub-region, and his commitment that the West African sub-region must defend democracy, and that he will provide leadership for all of those things. For me, it is not occupy office that matter. It's what we do with the office. His first statement that day for me gave me confidence that truly this is the leader of the black world speaking to his brothers in West Africa. May that spirit be sustained, so that when you see the Nigeria passport and you misbehave, the Nigeria president must recognize that we have a right to reciprocate. So all of the statements that have been made are fine. We must give him the support, as the Senate President Emeritus said, to do all of the things he needs to do to defend the integrity, the respect for the Nigeria Green Passport. So I support all those who have spoken. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank our President for clinching this very important position of the ECOWAS leadership. You will recall that when I was contributing or supporting the motion moved last week about security challenges that some parts of this country are facing, I alluded to the fact that there is the need for us to take a second look at our engagement in the international level, because some of the people that are causing certain security challenges in the country don't seem to be Nigerians. And I think the elevation of our president, the leadership of ECOWAS, will give us the privilege and the platform to address this infiltration of our country by elements that do not share our vision and that are creating problems for us. Benue State, for example, borders with Cameroon. Cameroon is a West African country, though not yet a member of ECOWAS. I think our president has a challenge to see to it that our borders are secure. I know that some parts of our country in the Far East are also bordering with some West African countries through which some of these challenges are coming. So I'd like to urge our president to look at our borders and ensure that using his position, those leakages through which certain elements that create security breaches into our country are blocked from coming into our country to create more problems for us. On this note, I join my colleagues in congratulating our president for emerging as ECOWAS president. Thank you, and may God bless all of us.
Thank you for your...
All the accolades that have been showered on our president, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, all the issues we need to talk with regards to this elevation has already been spoken by those that have contributed. But for me, I want to say a few things and to agree with Senator Zam with regards to the issue of security, Mr. President. I listened to my colleague, Senator Ebi Mbali, on Arise TV 2 days ago, and he alluded that some of the bandits that come to Nigeria and kill our people are not from Nigeria, but they are from other West African countries as well. So I think it's a very great opportunity for Nigeria with the emergence of President Tinubu. I believe he will use that position to make sure that we strengthen our relationship with our brothers within the ECOWAS region so that this insecurity can also be stemmed down. I want to also believe that the volume of threat within these countries will increase, given the fact that Nigeria is a great nation within the African countries, and especially within the economic community of West African states. So I believe that President Tinubu will use this opportunity also to bring favorable conditions that can enhance free trade, and that will increase the volume of trade and perhaps help our economy to also grow. In this case, Mr. President, you said that the minorities have not spoken. At this level, we are looking at Nigeria, sir. But that will not mean that when it is time for us to speak, we will not speak. We will speak, and we will speak very loud. Thank you for the opportunity, and may God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, minority and otherwise. We are all senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that is why there is a unanimity of opinions here, because the honor done to Mr. President is an honor done to the entirety of Nigerians and to all of us. So I'm actually a co-sponsor of the motion, and because you have expressed my personal opinions, I don't need to contribute. But I would have said that it is totally uncommon for a president of a country to attend a regional body like ECOWAS, and on the first day of attending, the countries have already heard about him and unanimously elected him as the chair of that body. So it's worth commending, and it also it further renews the hope of all Nigerians that yes, indeed, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will bring good tidings to all. Having heard from all of you and sharing your opinions, may we now go into the prayers while I commend the Deputy Senate President and all members of leadership for this great motion. Prayer 1. Join other heads of governments of ECOWAS member states, and in particular parliaments of member states of ECOWAS, to congratulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his emergence as the new chairman of ECOWAS at the recently concluded 63rd Ordinary Session of the Authority of Heads of States and Government of ECOWAS held in Bissau, capital of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau. Those who are in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2. Felicitate with all Nigerians and allies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on this great honor and privileged position of chairman of ECOWAS, clinched by our dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently. Felicitate with all Nigerians. Yes, distinguished Senator Dixon. Yes, I think, so I'll just read again that we should felicitate, the Senate felicitates with all Nigerians, friends, and allies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on this great honor and privileged position of chairman of ECOWAS, clinched by our dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently. Those who are in support of this prayer as amended, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Additional prayer.
Mr. President, on this achievement as the ECOWAS President, I so move, Mr. President.
The motion has been moved and seconded. The amendment, Senator Mongunu. The motion has been moved, amended, and seconded. So, Senator Said Musa, what do you want to do now to the motion?
There is an existing motion that needs to be seconded. Yes, the amended motion that need to be seconded. Yes.
So go ahead.
Second, I stand to second the amended motion as moved by Senator Mongunu. Thank you.
So, distinguished colleagues, the motion as amended, the prayer as amended, is actually the second prayer. As amended is to the effect that the third prayer is to the effect that a delegation of the leadership should go from the Senate to felicitate with Mr. President on behalf of the 10th Senate on this auspicious occasion. Those in support of the motion of the prayer as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So let me thank the Deputy Senate President and all the members of the leadership for this motion, and join my voice to say that this is a step in the right direction, as it is like Senator Dixon said, it's an honor done to all Nigerians, and Senator Alero also alluded to that fact. And so we must take it. And Senator ORJI UZOR KALU made mention of the fact that this is also an opportunity for us to address some of the maltreatment being given to Nigerians in many of these West African states. And there's no way our president will be chairman of ECOWAS and he will not also address the issues of the sufferings of Nigerians in most of these countries. I don't know, but it's the truth, because I used to hear even of the ones in Ghana, how they will place a fine on anybody who wants to have a shop in Ghana, and then you're a Nigerian. I think those are issues that should be also addressed using this particular position. So we will definitely go and meet with Mr. President, and in the course of it, we'll also let him know that there are certain items that he must take seriously in the course of the deliberations of ECOWAS. So I thank all my colleagues for this.